Hello, Dover.
I'm Mackenzie Cortine.
And I'm Sarah Vincent.
And welcome to DDNN Hi Five. Let's get started with Russia. Tensions between Ukraine and Russia are at their highest in a long time, with Russian troops built up near the two nations' borders, spurring fears that Moscow could launch an invasion. Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union before it collapsed at the end of the Cold War in 1991 and touches Russia's western border. Now Russian President Vladimir Putin is seeking to reclaim some of what Russia lost in the Cold War. He has described Russians and Ukrainians as one people, a single whole. Ukraine has warned that Russia is trying to destabilize the country ahead of any planned military invasion. Western powers have repeatedly warned Russia against further aggressive moves against Ukraine. The Kremlin denies it is planning to attack and argues that NATO support for Ukraine, including increased weapons, supplies, and military training, constitutes a growing threat on Russia's western flank. Only time will tell if Russia will invade and potentially start another war. Do you think this will escalate to the point of war, Sarah?
I don't know, Mackenzie. We just gotta hope it doesn't. Now on to a little government news. Justice Breyer, age 83, is retiring from the Supreme Court. President Biden will get to choose the justice that takes his place. He will be able to keep the courts the same with the same amount of liberals and conservatives, but there could be a new twist to this. President Biden did promise that if a justice died or retired, an African-American female justice would take his place, which would be a first. According to the Washington Post, one candidate for the position is Judge Kajani Brown Jackson, who is a former Breyer Supreme Court clerk who, in June, was confirmed to join the U.S. Court of Appeals. Breyer has been a part of some critical cases in his time as justice, which is about 3 decades. According to the Washington Post, he was one of the justices to reconsider the constitutionality of the death penalty, as well as one of the justices to determine the fate of Roe v. Wade and the use of the First Amendment in schools.
That was a lively tribute to his illustrious career, Sarah. Let's talk about the Olympics. COVID has weaseled its way into every aspect of life, it seems, including the Olympics, which will start on February 4th. The Olympics are a series of international athletic contests held as separate winter and summer events in a different country every 4 years. The 2022 Olympics will be held in Beijing, China, the country with the strictest COVID restrictions and regulations. The Olympics is every athlete's dream, and stepping into the stadium alone is already considered an honor. However, thousands of athletes preparing to compete in the Olympics are fearing a positive COVID test, which could leave them out of the running. According to CNN, Hannah Soar says that one positive test is going to do us in at this point. It is super stressful. Hannah and her teammates have been isolating in Utah for the last month in different homes. She says that she even wears a K95 mask under her neck warmer when she goes out to the slopes. Overall, COVID in the 2022 Winter Olympics can be very stressful. You can either make it or break it. Now let's discuss a different recurring topic, inflation.
During the pandemic, prices went up because of inflation. Inflation is when you buy normal items, like get food and gas go up because of the amount of resources. Peoples and companies are being affected by inflation. According to a website called Trading Economics, they say the annual inflation rate in the U.S. accelerated to 7% in the last month. Some people are losing money, while some businesses are also losing money. Many companies are shutting down because there are no one willing to work there. Most people have quit their jobs because of the amount of money companies give them, which may not seem like a lot of workers, but prices of items in stores have gone up due to the lack of truck drivers to bring supplies to stores and other factors relating to both the supply chain and the pandemic. Due to inflation, banks are putting up interest rates when loaning money. Before, some believed inflation would be just a temporary thing. However, it could be here for a while. Now let's discuss a rising issue.
A spike in hate crimes in New York City has recently been reported. According to the latest NYPD statistics, anti-Asian hate crimes have increased in New York City by 335% this year. Other groups are being personally attacked as well. For instance, members of the LGBTQ+ community. However, hate crimes isn't the only crime increasing in the city. There's been a number of shooting incidents since May of 2021, and robbery rates have gone up by 46.7%. It's known that there's been a total of 173 shootings reported since May. Recently, an 11-month-old girl was shot in the face while in the Bronx. CNN has found that the mayor has stated, We have to stop the flow of guns in response to all of this. This means that they are removing thousands of guns off the streets as an attempt to dismiss this increasing issue.
Once again, I'm Sarah Vincent.
I'm Mackenzie Courtine.
Thanks for watching.